this young guy in a pink suit with Josh Kelly, and I said, you know what? If you're wearing that, you've got to be able to fight. He said, I'm going to be world champion. I think Shakur is an amazing technician. Is he strong enough to handle an aggressive Conor? What a great morning to wake up to Josh Kelly. A massive congratulations. Winning the IBF Super Welterweight title against Bakram Mutazalaev. Sorry if I've got it wrong. But you know what? Smart boxing, disciplined, smart moving. This kid was so slick. And every time I seen Josh, I thought he just needs that maturing fight, that fight that makes him grow up. Because sometimes I thought if the pressure's on, let's see how he is. But what did he do? Cool as a cucumber. My man, he was on it. Josh Kelly, well done, well deserves, nice smarts, nice movement. If I didn't know better, I think he was from the Ingle gym. Obviously not. You were the great trainer, Adam Broove. Adam gets you. He knows you, knows how to get the best out of you. But I'm telling you now, absolutely massive well done. And what a great shout. For Newcastle as well. Let me just tell you a little story. A good few years ago, I don't know if it was Jackie or Bobby Charlton, I was at a dinner up in Newcastle, and all there. Sir Alex was there and everybody, and I took my friend Tony Benjamin. He's a mad football fan. And I said, Tony, when we go in this place, be cool, man. Don't be asking people for autographs and pictures. Yeah, no problem, Johnny. No problem. And Tony disappeared. I'm like, where's this man gone? I'm looking, my man's around the corner. He proper fanboyed it. But on that night, there was a young guy in a pink suit that stood out to me. Probably because he had a pink suit on. Anyway, this young guy in a pink suit with Josh Kelly, and I said, you know what? If you're wearing that, you've got to be able to fight. He said, I'm going to be world champion. Now, I don't know how old Josh was now, but I think he was about 14, 15. He was there with a few boys. He was a youngster there. But you know what? Again, very proud of you. Massive congratulations. Adam Broove, you've got another one. Well done. And then we go over to Madison Square Garden. Shakur Stevenson showed his skills. Popped up another world title addition to everything else he's got. This guy was on it. Now, there was a lot of debate. Would Teofimo be too strong? Would he have too much for him? Did he? He tried to draw him into a fight. Shakur stayed cool. He boxed him. That southpaw jab was unbelievable. Sometimes you see some jabs, and those jabs are all right. Here come, one or two decent ones. Larry Holmes had an amazing jab. Shakur Stevenson's jab was dangerous. It was like a piston, sharp, fast. At times, I could see him breaking Teofimo's heart. He's just thinking, what can I do about this? Because he didn't see him leave. He just felt him land and pop back again. I think Shakur, you outboxed him, outsmarted him, outfoxed him, outmoved him. At times, you outmuscled him as well, and he looked relaxed all the way through. Well deserved, great win. And again, it probably settled a big debate who would come out top dog, and that was Shakur. But it didn't end there, did it? Straight after that, they were talking about a potential next fight, maybe in the UK, against Conor Benn. Conor was sat there ringside watching the fight with Eddie. Shakur called him out. Now, Conor, you've gone up there, man, worldwide now. Shakur called him out, and Conor got in the ring. Good on him, Conor. Showed cojones. He said, listen, mate, you're too small. You can't jump up to me. Stay where you are. Stay in your lane. And Conor, with that Cockney swagger, proper told him about himself. And now the argument is, Shakur's saying, we can do this. I want to do this. But there'll have to be a weight clause. I suppose it was like what Chris had with Conor. I think Conor has taught him, found himself in a position where, again, he can get the whole country talking about him, excited about this fight. It's a great fight. I think Shakur's slick. I think Shakur is an amazing technician. Is he strong enough to handle an aggressive Conor? That all depends on what the weight's going to be. It all depends, but we'll have to wait and see. So things to look forward to. Now let's go to the heavyweights. The heavyweights, a bit hair-raising it was. There was a heavyweight fight also at Madison Square Garden. A chap called Baby Miller, if you know him. He's the loudest man in the room. And he was probably the coolest man in the room as well for some reason or another. But he won on points. And he had a lot of explaining to. I don't want to pick on him because it's a bit airy. I don't want to pick on him. It's not fair. So I'm not going to do that because everybody else will. So we'll just leave it alone. But Big Baby Miller, well done. I think you did really well. You got the win. Now they're talking about you fighting the winner of Chisora and Wilder. You've got yourself in a position. Keep winning, no matter what goes on in and outside the ring, and make sure you don't need a comb. Yeah. So, Wilder v Chisora, it's on April the 4th at the O2. I was hoping it's going to be on Sky, but it ain't. I would have still looked forward to doing the gloves off with those two. You know it's going to kick off. So just remember, when these two sat across the table with each other, it's going to kick off. You just know the fight's on. To be shown on DAZN, I think it's an intriguing fight, an exciting fight. These guys are way past their best, but I think they're at a level now where it'll be competitive, enjoyable, but be full of fireworks. So who do I side with? I'm going Derek. I think Derek, he might be a bit too much of a handful for this version of Wilder, and I wouldn't have said that 3 years ago. One of my favourite female fighters here in the UK, Fran Hennessy, a massive congratulations. It was a tough one last night for you, but you got the win. So it was nice to see you back in action. So I just want to give you props and say well done. Congratulations. So it's me, Johnny Nelson, with That Boxing Show. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Keep the ride going. Keep flowing, baby. Keep flowing. We've got quite a few guests booked for the studio this week. So the month coming ahead, we'll have quite a few interesting stories from up close and far afield.